Hey guys, it's Christina. Welcome back to my channel. And sorry if I'm squinting. It is quite sunny out here. If you know anything about me, you might know that this isn't my car. And the reason it's not my car is because I am not by my house. I am in Canada. I'm in Canmore, Alberta right now. I'm gonna head out to Banff National Park today. But I thought it would be fun to show you what I eat on this trip. It's a Saturday. I'm here until Wednesday, so I thought I'd show you what I eat all of today and all of Tuesday. Probably not, like, through Tuesday. Probably not Wednesday, because, like, I'm just traveling that day. Like, I don't even know, like, if I'll be functioning properly enough to film. But, yeah, I'm going to show you what I eat on my trip in the Canadian Rockies, and I'm hoping it's all going to be vegan. If you've also seen any of my videos, you might know I struggle eating plant-based when I'm at restaurants. I just feel like the options like don't fill me up. They're like too expensive. Like I don't feel good eating them. But I've planned this out. I've found a lot of restaurants that I would think I would like feel very good eating their plant-based options. I've planned meals out for myself to cook at the places I'm staying. So I think it's quite doable for this trip, as well as doable over time. I just, you know, I'm transitioning. That's just where I'm at in my journey right now. I don't pressure myself to eat entirely plant-based when I'm not at my house. So that's just where I am now. But I thought I would start the video with a grocery haul. I just went grocery shopping, so I'm going to make it quick because the AC is not on in this car because then you wouldn't be able to hear me. But yeah, so real quick. I brought this from home. This is Daya mac and cheese. They have it at the grocery stores here too, but I already had a box at home, so I just brought it with me. I also brought a Cliff bars. I bought a 6-pack of this peanut butter banana flavor. Oh gosh, it's so bright. You could see I've already eaten one. I've actually eaten 2. Okay, so I only have 4 left to last me 5 days or 4 days, which might be rough. I'm so sorry. The light is, it's very sunny out. I also brought instant coffee, but I'm not going to show that. I brought it from my house. Like, I put it in a little jar. Oof, the lighting is so hard to play with right now. Okay, hopefully that's okay. Okay, so in no particular order, some snacks. We got some kettle chips, and we have some pretzels. Have some ramen. I checked. I'm pretty sure this is vegan friendly. I do not see any ingredient. Sometimes it can be a little bit insidious though because there's so many ingredients. But like it says contains wheat and soybean. If it had fish, it would usually say fish. So the only thing I think that would be like hiding in here is some type of chicken or beef. But if it's in here, it's definitely somewhere in the middle or like hidden because I'm not seeing anything like that. I'm just seeing a lot of soy and like spices. So I think we're good. Gin ramen. Some broccoli. Gonna cook this with my Daya. So do a little mac and cheese and broccoli action. I got 2 apples. I'm just gonna show one. I have 2. Then I also have 2 bananas, also just going to show one. And then I got some alcohol. We got 2 cans of wine and 1 can of a mixed cocktail drink. No idea when I'll drink these, but thought it'd be like decent to have, like when I'm like back at like my hostels and stuff. So yeah, really quick grocery haul. I plan on cooking maybe like a third of my meals while I'm here, as well as taking these snacks on the hikes with me and stuff. So yeah, thought I would show you, and then also like when you see what I eat this week, you're not like, where the frick did this ramen come from? Well, you know where it came from. I went grocery shopping. But okay, I'll catch up to you when I eat lunch, because that's my next meal. I'm gonna go for a hike first, and then lunch.
So I did a quick 1.5 miles along this river, and it was absolutely beautiful. It was a hot day, so plenty of people were out, even swimming in the river. I was very jealous. I wanted to join them, but I had things to do after this. Most specifically eat. I was getting pretty hungry. Went to this brewery that had a decent selection, but not the best. I got a lentil burger, which then came with a side salad that would have had cheese on it, but I just asked to have it without the cheese to make it vegan friendly. This is what it looked like. I would have loved some fries, but this place didn't have fries. Then when I got to the hostel later that night, I made my day of mac and cheese. It's kind of what the kitchen looked like. I didn't do anything fancy. I just cut up this broccoli so I could put it in the boiling water with the pasta noodles, so they cooked at the same time. I think I overcooked the noodles a teensy bit. They were a little bit mushier than the last time I had it. So the next morning, I made some instant coffee that I could take with me while I was out that day. And I also had a Cliff Bar for my actual breakfast. That was a little bit later on in the morning after this. So this day, I actually was able to get a shuttle that took me to Lake Louise, which on its own, Lake Louise is beautiful, but it was also the beginning of the hike that I was doing that day. The hike I was doing that day was called Plain of Six Glaciers, and it was about 9 miles, I think, and I think 1,900 feet elevation gains. It was quite a enduring hike, I would say. That's a nice word for it. But it started off relatively flat, and you just got to walk around Lake Louise at the very beginning, and it was so scenic and calm. And I saw this most beautiful blue bird that was just not terrified of humans at all, and it was precious. But yeah, it was a great way to drink my coffee and eat my Cliff Bar before all the switchbacks started and I died. Conveniently, when the hike started gaining elevation, it also lost all the shade. So it was quite sunny as well. It was a pretty popular trail, so I wasn't too worried about bears or anything, but there were definitely parts of it where I felt like I was alone, and it was very calming. And that's how far Lake Louise ended up being once I got to the top. And then it was so cute. There's a little tea house along the way. It's called Plain of Six Glaciers Tea House. There's also another one around that area called the Lake Agnes Tea House. But I got this hummus sandwich and fruit punch. I wanted lemonade, but they ran out. So I got this fruit punch. And I'm not going to lie, I really don't know if this bread was vegan. It's kind of a toss up with bread. But I was starving and it was there. And it was hummus. And I think it's a 50-50 chance that the bread was vegan. So I just went for it. And it was delicious. It was one of my favorite meals on the whole trip, and it fortified me for the rest of this hike. Then when I got back, I munched on my leftover mac and cheese, and then I also got a late dinner. I'd say this was like closer to like 9 o'clock at night. Finally got my fries, and then I got this stir fry noodle thing. It was pretty good. And then we are on the next day. I found some oatmeal in the hostel that was like labeled free food, so I decided to make some oatmeal for my breakfast, give myself a break from the Cliff Bars. So here I am chopping up an apple. I would have loved to show you how I made the oatmeal, but then people came in and I got nervous filming. But I mashed a banana into the oatmeal, microwaved it with some salt, and put the apples on top. Unfortunately, there was no like cinnamon or anything. It's a little bland, but again, fortifying for my next hike, which was called Larch Valley. This one I actually did with the group because it's quite bear heavy, so they recommend you doing with the group. So I booked a guided tour, and they provided lunch. This is a veggie wrap with hummus, and then they also gave some like fruit and Pringles, and okay, they gave Famous Amos cookies, and those are not vegan friendly, but I ate them. I'll be honest, I ate them. Those are so good. So I'm I'm doing good on this trip with eating vegan friendly food, but there's definitely room for improvement. So then I drove into downtown Banff, which is actually where I was staying the next 2 nights, and I got some dinner at a restaurant slash distillery in downtown Banff. I think it was called Park Distillery. I got this amazing drink. I got the best tomato soup I've ever had in my life. It came with some focaccia bread. And then I got this like chickpea falafel bowl, and that pink stuff is beetroot hummus, which honestly just tasted like regular hummus. And then we're on to the next morning already. I got some vegan-friendly pastries. It's a coffee cake and a raspberry coconut muffin. And I got a caramel latte with oat milk, and it was tasty. And then I went on my final hike of the trip. It was called Sunshine Meadows, I believe, and it's basically this hike where I got to walk around 3 gorgeous lakes all in like 5 miles. I don't get how they did it, but it seems like it should have taken forever, but it was so pleasant. It was mostly downhill and flat except for the very top, which not the top, but the very end when you had to go uphill again. So yeah, I had such a fantastic time. I finished off the trip going to Lake Minnewanka, which was one of my favorite spots of the trip. It was absolutely beautiful. And my final dinner was the last of my alcohol, because I had to drink it, of course, the last of my apple, and then my ramen, and I treated myself to a dessert of some maple popcorn, because I was in Canada after all. If you're still sticking around at the end of this video, I want you to know that I appreciate it, and I'm so happy I got to share my trip with you guys. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world to me. See you guys next time.